For today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to do a fun spring and summer makeup look, and it's got a lot of cute bronze eyeshadow shades and a fun pink lip. So if you want to learn how to create this look, just keep watching. Okay, so that's my NP Set Cosmetics eyebrow bar, and I'm just going to take a very small brush and the darkest shade. Usually I start at the end of my eyebrow. I don't know why I started at the beginning. Sometimes I just do whatever I'm feeling like. So I just concentrated on that. And then I filled in my lack of a tail that I have on one side. And then same on the other side. I started in the middle to make the arch match. And then went back to the front, which is what I normally do. And now that I like the way they're shaped, I can start on my eyes. So now I'm going to take my Pixie Beauty eyeshadow primer, get a little bit on there, and dab it on both eyes. And then I'm just going to use my fingertip to spread it out and just get a nice even coat, and this is going to help prime your lids for your eyeshadows. And they will blend easier and prevent creasing. Yeah. And now I'm using my BH Cosmetics Eyes on the 60s palette. It's really inexpensive and the colors are awesome. So I'm going to take a flat brush and a bronzy shade, and I'm going to use that as my base color. So I'm just kind of getting that on the brush, and I'm going to pat that all over my eyelids and a tiny bit in the crease. And I'm just going to get that all over both lids. And like I said, a little bit in the crease. And now I'm going to use my next shade, which is a brow highlight color. It's just kind of a beige. Get that on my brush, and I'm going to use that to highlight my brow bone. So just kind of run that underneath each eyebrow on the bone until the crease hits. And that's my Rude 21 crease brush, and I'm going to use a darker shade of brown and just kind of look ahead and fill that where the socket is, just to kind of create some depth. And I'll just kind of blend that out right at the crease. And then I'm going to use a darker shade of brown, and I'm going to use that on the outer third of my eyelid and blend that into the crease. And that's going to create a little bit more intensity. Please do not mind the weird faces I make while I do my makeup. I also do that on clients, and that's why I have no fronts. And I just kind of blend that up and smoke it out. And I make sure that the shape I create on both sides is even. I like to kind of blend it out in a cat eye shape or wing it out. And that just kind of elongates the eye. And I like that kind of style as well. And just making sure everything's really even. Now I'm using my darkest shade, and I'm going to use that very, very sparingly on the outer third of the eye and kind of blend it in with the other colors. So just a small dab rather than getting a ton on the brush. And I work that over all the colors. And then last, I'm going to take a bronzy shade, the first one I worked with actually, and I'm going to dab that on my brush and just kind of go over that dark, and it'll just have more of a bronze glow to it and kind of pop everything out. And I'm just taking that fluffy brush and blending all the colors together really nicely. And I'm liking how that looks, so now it is eyeliner time. So I'm taking my Maybelline Ultra Liner liquid, and I'm starting at the end or in the middle and just doing very small strokes. And I like it to start thin in the very front and get thicker towards the end. You're not really supposed to pull at your eye area because it's very, very thin skin and it's very sensitive and it can lead to fine lines and wrinkles, but I really like the way that my eyeliner comes out when I pull. It comes out really smooth, so I just kind of do that all the time and I should really stop. Beautiful! And I like it thicker towards the end, so I always add some more. Liking the way it looks, it matches. Let's move on to the face. Right? Yeah, this voiceover thing is, yeah, okay. So, Healthy Skin by Neutrogena. I just kind of take a bit and dab it on my hand. I don't really use too much. And if I have some rough areas that need more coverage, I can always just go over those afterward. And that's my Sonia Kashuk foundation brush from Target. Kind of roll that. And I always start in the middle of my face and kind of blend outward. I have T-zone oily skin, so when I break out, it's usually in the middle. So I concentrate on that area and just kind of blend outward. Go over the whole face, underneath the eyes. Like I said, I just don't really use too much, and I make sure I don't get it in my eyebrows, and blend, blend, blend. And I make sure I blend it into the jawline because nobody likes when you don't blend it into the jawline. Here is my NP Set Cosmetics powder and my Sonia Kashuk powder brush, and I'm just going over all the liquid foundation. This sets it in place. If you have really shiny skin, this is a really great way to set it and just make sure you don't melt off throughout the day. And I just use a little bit over the whole face and kind of brush it on. And now I'm going to use my blush. So I'm going to start at the apples of my cheeks and blend towards my hairline. And I just kind of do that quickly because the focus was really on the bronze eyes. And now let's contour. So I'm just using my Revlon Sun Shimmer bronzer. I usually use a brown shade and not really a bronzer. I don't really like the sparkle, but I like that shade a lot. So I just kind of put that in the hollows of my cheeks and around the eyebrow, kind of creating a C shape. That's a really nice contour. And then I'm going to do the sides of my nose as well. That helps it look skinnier. Not that I have a fat nose, but I like contouring it. And now I do the bottom eyeliner. I know that I do makeup in a really weird order. It was really weird for me in makeup school, but it's just the way I do things. So I try and get underneath the eyelashes. That way I don't mess things up, and I always wing it out. It's just a habit I've gotten into because I like winged eyeliner, so I'm always just kind of winging my eyeliner out. Sometimes more dramatic than others. This I'm just going to do a really small wing. And connect it with the top. Awesome. And I just make sure that's even. Adding more or taking a Q-tip and taking a little bit off as needed just so that they're both even. Awesome. So last step is going to be my lips. I'm taking my Sonia Kashuk lip liner in a really pretty pink color. Noticing it's not sharpened, grabbing a sharpener really quick. Making a weird face as I sharpen my lip liner. And then I just start in the middle of my lower lip and pull up. It doesn't really matter if you start in the top or the bottom, I kind of switch. And just pull up. And then I go to my Cupid's bow, start in the middle and pull down. And just kind of create the lip shape that I like. Sometimes I over-exaggerate my Cupid's bow a bit, just because I like how that looks. And then I fill that in, just so my lipstick has a really nice base, and it goes on a lot smoother and stays a lot longer. And I just take my lip brush, and I'm using Siren by CoverGirl. That's me checking what shade it is for later. And my lip brush, filling it in. Pretty. It has a really nice shine to it, so I didn't really put a gloss or anything over it. I probably will later just to set it. And having camera trouble. La la la. And my last step is my eyelashes. I'm not going too crazy with my eyelashes for once, so I'm just going to kind of lightly go over them with my NYX Badunkadunk. And it's really good for thickening, so I just kind of wiggle it throughout my lashes, and create a little bit of volume. It was just a really simple look, so no dramatic lashes needed. And that's done. It's looking good. Yeah, you should comment and subscribe right now and tell the world how